Hey y'all, Tim McCuffin here, finally back with a new unboxing. Sorry it's been a while, just had a lot of things. I do still have some other videos I still need to go through since the summertime. Just been busy because I've been getting a lot more work at my regular job, and also other things going on and stuff too, so in life. But yeah, I just got these in. I bought these on Black Friday and I finally got them in today. So excited for this. Weiss Schwarz got us a victory, Nikke. I really, really love this game. Amazing story, amazing set of characters. I don't want to go too much into it because it'll be like a huge info dump. But basically, it's the big gist of it is a lot of people see the characters everywhere. They see them at conventions, and all they think it's like, oh my god, it's just sexy girls advertising. Yes, they do use fan servers, but the whole story of the game is that it's basically post-apocalyptic. Humanity's almost wiped out. They have what they call Nikke, and they're basically looking for one Nikke that's going to be either created or get powerful enough to become the goddess of victory. That's going to basically save the remnants of humanity. They're going to be the ones to basically stop the enemies, which are called raptures. Basically think of something almost like the Matrix is like the easiest way. Like it's basic or Terminator. It's basically like a bunch of machines that have basically taken over the world and wiped out most of the population. But yeah, they basically ventured into the wastelands of the world trying to defeat this enemy scourge and trying to save what's left. But yeah, really, really great game. They happen to have the Japanese booster boxes, not just there, but actually I got them on sale. So when I bought them through online store, $60 per box. I did pick up 5 of them, but I'll do each unboxing individually just because some of the cards are pretty unique that you might be able to get in these. Weiss Schwarz does this thing where they do like foil and stamped cards, usually with the voice actors or voice actresses' names, signatures and stuff. So yeah, but I did get a bit of a sale there because after I bought them, I thought like, oh, geez, $60 for the booster box is like pretty cheap because some of the Weiss Schwarz booster boxes they can jump up after production has ended. But I also got another like additional 10 or 15% off each box. It was part of like their Black Friday sale thing, so I actually got them under cost by quite a bit. So I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, just to show like on TCG Republic here, which usually has a lot of nice lists for some of these cards and stuff. Like you can even see here like $80 for that card. But like one of the cards I want is the Summer Ines because she's one of my favorite characters. And yeah, her card, if I wanted to actually buy it, that's kind of what they're listing it as, is around 2000. That's not even the most expensive card. The chase card is the Rappy card here. And this one was previously had about 10,000. Now it's jumped up to 14,000. Now this is it doesn't mean you'll actually get that amount, but yes, the cards from Weiss Schwarz can be quite expensive, and even with characters that some people might like or some people might they enjoy, or maybe it's not always their 100% favorite, they can still get quite a value out of them. Most of the characters in these top cards are very popular cards, so they are typically their crown there, yeah, 350. But it's one of those things that even if you pulled one of these cards, you're guaranteed to make your money back on even multiple booster boxes. Like it's quite a series that like if you do get a card, and I mean that's one thing that's with these too. Oh, excuse me. A lot of people who get these cards and stuff, like they usually will hold on to them because it's not just, even though it's a TCG that you can play, it's one of those things that a lot of people enjoy this TCG because it has their favorite anime, it has their favorite video game. So there's a big range of collectors, but it's one of those interesting things there where the cards, especially to the fans, have a good value, but comparatively the booster boxes and stuff like that, they actually don't have a high value. Like they're not like Pokemon, they're not like Digimon, they're not like One Piece. You don't see people paying an arm and a leg typically for their booster boxes unless it's something that's fairly old and out of stock or one print run or whatever. So it's definitely interesting in that way. But yeah, you can see like even some of the lower, uh, like they're still signed cards. Like they have tons of different kinds of signed cards. But even some of the lower ones here, if you even manage to get them, you basically paid for your booster box. So it's interesting because if you're only looking for certain characters, you're only looking for certain cards. There is lots of ways to get a kind of return investment, especially if you can find other people to buy them. A lot of people too with these, I noticed there's a couple of them that they show PSA. PSA is usually not the more popular one with Weiss Schwarz. A lot of people rather take it to something like Beckett's, where it can be more. I don't want to say. I don't want to say guaranteed to have a higher value, but maybe more precise in the measurement of the quality of the card. But yeah. But I just wanted to show that just to show what, some of the cards and stuff you can get. But we'll see actually after opening here what I will get. Now with these two in each booster set, you do not get the same amount of cards. So that's one thing to mention here too. Even though this costs less than $60, and this is considered like, I believe in like an extra or an expansion set, it's not, you do not get the same amount of cards, or booster packs. This whole box here, I believe, only has 12 packs to it. And I can't remember exactly. I think there's between 8 to 10 cards, I think, between each pack. But yeah, so it's something to remember for stuff like this. That, you're not guaranteed to get everything. Or not guaranteed to get a lot, like for the price. So, there is some other sets where you might get more booster packs, but they also could be a set too that's maybe not as popular as another one. Oh, doesn't want to come out there. And these cards too, they're all done. The set's done by Bushido Road. One of my favorites there because I used to play like Cardfight Vanguard and stuff like that. So yeah. But yeah, they just come like this. Little pack here. And that just shows like, how many cards are in the set. I believe this information here might be the rarity information. I'm not 100% sure. I picked up the Japanese cards because for me, it didn't matter if I picked up Japanese or English. But yeah, I just wanted them. Yeah, as I was saying, let's get into the first pack. Sorry, there I just had someone start stomping around outside. Making a lot of noise. But yeah, we got Red Hood there. And I there's a lot of characters in this game, so I might not remember everyone's name. I want to say this is Helm, I think, remember. And again, remember that one? It looks like I got a Modernia card. A bit of holographic, very cool. I think I got something at the back there. Oh, there's another little holographic one. Very cool. So I think that's actually an artwork from one of the either the events or the story chapters. Like, because usually they have like custom little artwork that they do with some places. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Now with these right now, I'm just going to sleeve the hollows quickly. But I'm not gonna. I am gonna sleeve the commons because eventually I do have a binder that I haven't used, and I think what I mainly want to do is keep all the cards in a binder if possible. I mean, of course, if I get any really good pulls, that's gonna be a little bit hard. But yeah, we'll see. because I'll have to put them in a top loader, and yeah, I don't. This one is Nihilist, I believe I remember. Lapis. I'm not going to go through all their names because, like I said, there's some characters I like. I do like more than others, so like I remember their names very easily because I use them all the time. Oh, that one's got a little holographic to it. Now I don't know if there's. Yeah, so in this one, it looks like I only got one holographic, so you must not be guaranteed like holographics with every one. But like I mean, like 2 holographics or 1 holographic or whatever it is. So I don't know if we'll see what the other pulls are like. Oh, geez. A couple of these packs are a little hard to pull open, and I don't like that because I really don't want to damage the cards. Actually, I was looking at that one. I think I remember might have mistook that one for Red Hood, but I don't think it is. I think I remember that could actually be one of the other characters, one of the enemies. Oh, there we go. This is Rapunzel, who's part of Pilgrim Squad, one of the main squads in the game. Very cool to get a holo of her. And they have different squads and different like groups and factions and stuff there. So like she's part of one of the main squads that's like tasked to go out and is trying to basically eradicate the raptures and like kill the rapture queen that's controlling them. Like this character here, along with a couple of the other maid characters you've seen, they're part of like a maid and like a cafe kind of thing that they do. And there's other characters like in different squads. Like they have a marine squad that's all named and based off of different naval ship themes and stuff like that. Oh, this is Drake. Oh, now that's definitely Red Hood. Oh, that's cool. With Scarlet. Is that both Scarlet, or is that from the... Okay, yeah, that's Scarlet in her alternate form that she also has in game. I actually had to look at that first because when I was looking at this image, that's kind of like the image that they used for Stellar Blade crossover with Nikke, which both games are made by Shift Up. So yeah, very cool though. Yeah. Oh my god. She's one of my favorite skins for Neon. Oh, there's Ein. Guess this one here is kind of our... Yeah, so that's what they did too. So these ones are kind of like graphics from different events and stuff. This is from the summer event, See You Again. I think that was... I can't remember if that was actually the first event in the game or or like the first summer event at least, but yeah. I do remember though I did start playing the game around that time when this event came out, and that costume there is the summer sparkling Eins, which is the one of the cards I do definitely want from this. The Rappy card I do want as well. But even if I got like the extremely rare Rappy card, I don't know exactly what I would do with it. I mean, the possibility of selling it and like, being able to get other stuff or whatever else would be awesome. But at the same time too, it's also like, yeah, it's such a rare card. It's like it's almost like I want to keep it for myself too, because it's like the chances of trying to get it again hard. So this here is really good picture here. This is like the pictures of like the original Pilgrim Squad. So yeah, you have a couple of the different characters here. This one is Rapunzel, Snow White, that is Sakura, and I can't remember if that Cinderella or one of the other. I can't remember because they did have another character before. The current events are happening now. And they're based on what they call fairy tale models for the Pilgrim Squad. So they're basically like kind of based on like, of course, like as you can tell by their names, different fairy tales, and they have they're supposed to be like extremely strong kind of in the game. But yeah, I don't know if you're guaranteed to get one of the rare cards or not per box, but from what I heard, what it sounds like is that if you at least buy at least 4 of the booster boxes, they're hopefully like, because there should be a good 1 in 4 chance of getting like something good. If you got for the booster boxes, you should be able to get majority of the cards. They're at least not like the really rare cards, but like at least like enough of the maybe say what would be equivalent of like a double rare in Pokemon, I think, and less, that you'd be able to get a whole set of them, or at least enough that you'd be able to play a game. And that's interesting. So it has this one here, and this one's one of the chapter event cards, like illustrations, but it's yeah, holographic. Cool. And there's another holographic there. And then another little illustration card. But yeah, it is very interesting though, because the way they have things set up and stuff there too. I think though too, if you buy at least 4 of the booster packs, you won't probably get our booster boxes. I mean, you won't probably get like more than like, you'll probably get at least maybe 1. There might be a chance of possibly getting at least 1 kind of like stamped or signed card. It might not be like a really rare one, but you'll probably have a good chance of getting one because there is a lot of them. I know that there was someone who ran through the rarities before on them, and there was like different chances for different cards. Ooh. That one there is like full holographic, and it looks like it's actually supposed to be like a full art card too, almost in a way. But I think most of these cards, they have it. Yeah, they have them kind of different than other ones. I'm looking at this, and this is I cannot remember. That illustration actually might be from yeah, that character's final story event. Not to try to spoil anything that people haven't played the game, but yeah. That's really cool, though. We got a few more packs left. We'll see. Wow. Ooh. Another little hollow. Another hollow. Oh, and that's cool. There's the artwork for like not just the booster box, for kind of like the main game. These sleeves there do not want to come out of that little bag there too easily. Oh, I believe that's Maxwell, maybe? I don't recognize the skin. But very cool artwork on it for the holographic. Never seen one like. Oh, Scarlet. Love Scarlet. She's actually on my main team that I use still. So one thing I like about Nikke is that you can actually use your own for raids. You do kind of have to kind of pick a specific team because like especially the high level raids, because if you're doing it with like other players and stuff, you need to have like a really good team that has like a lot of self sustain and also bonuses to keep damage up. But you know, when you're playing like the regular events, main game, and stuff like that, you can definitely choose who you want. And yeah, she's usually someone I always have on my team. I mean, the fact too that like you know most of the other characters use guns and stuff, right? And then she just has a katana to basically kill the enemies that are basically robots. I mean, that's just badass. Now, a couple of these characters here that are like shown like chain and like this and that, they were actually characters that were like imprisoned in the game for like different reasons. Um, there's like one that had like the muzzle that you probably seen in the other booster pack. She had the power to actually control people with her voice. And then the other ones can do other things too. We're in the last pack. Oh. That's very cool. And last holographic. And we have that. One thing that's awesome about this is that I definitely did get a lot of different characters. Now I know what people are probably thinking. Now they're probably wondering, like, okay, how well did I do? Because, you know, obviously, talking about some of the prices of the cards and stuff like this, obviously, this is only out of one booster box. Generally, you would want to buy a few, and you're usually going to make your money back in that few if you did buy them to get the cards, sell ones that you don't want or don't need, or you already have in your collection or whatever else. So we'll be back in a sec. I'm just going to jump on collector quickly and we'll just pop these through to see how they are. So yeah, just back for a sec. So we had two SRs and one triple R on collector for the English. They only have the English cards that are available for the things. But yeah, they show 1533 Canadian. When I was looking on TCG Republic, it seemed like the Japanese cards are in about the same range, maybe a little bit more than what the English cards are. Sometimes similar to like what I see usually with the One Piece TCG when I've looked up prices between English and Japanese cards for that. Just when I've been analyzing the set there, but yeah. On TCG Republic, it puts the Japanese cards here for these ones usually about within the $5 to $7 range. So I'd say that this is actually pretty accurate for what is a representation. I'll just go through the other regular hollows and stuff, and we'll just see what those are. Alright, so while adding these, I did find out it had 3 more double rares. They're not worth too much, all about a couple bucks each, but still had 3 more double rares, so there was a couple more higher value than rares, and then all the rares are probably about 30 cents each. It's showing at least on here. Gonna compare with TCG Republic in a sec here. So after looking on TCG Republic, it looks like some of these cards have mixed values. Usually, it looks like they're setting about an average price of 450, or like in increments of quarters for different cards, just depending what they have. There's some that do go lower. Like you see a whole bunch of the here, they're 288, they're commons and stuff. Rares looks like they're trying to set them between $3 to $5, but there's even some uncommons and stuff that have there, but they're all set at the same price, which means to me that they're just kind of setting them as one flat price and just not really marketing them like properly. But yeah, so maybe the collector price could be really closer to there. Who knows? I mean, it's one of those things that people could probably sell one of these and actually get for what they want. But yeah, one of the interesting things is with a lot of these art cards, even if they're not holographic, they do seem to be very popular. So when you get these or these event artwork cards, they do seem to be sitting around like probably like an easy $3, even if they're not rare, even if they're not holographic, just because it's such a unique thing to get. It's a character artwork from the actual game, so there's probably a little bit more to give and take for those for some people, especially if they want to actually have something physical to remember the game by. But yeah, it's not too bad. Going into here, here's all my apps. But yeah, we'll go into the portfolio here for a sec. So with these cards, I did rate for these ones. Shows about $23.71. Now, obviously, as I said, a bunch of these rares, it's showing that they're only worth like less than there. Like there's the lowest one, 12 cents, but it shows other ones like not much more than 30 cents. That may or may not be correct. So maybe the actual value could be closer to, let's be nice and just say $30. We're not going to go up by too much. Just say maybe each card is worth like a buck each or something. But yeah. But yeah, like that's pretty much it. And hope you enjoyed this. I got 4 more booster boxes to open, and I do hope I do get a nice card because yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna get this. I'm probably gonna get a few more booster boxes afterwards too. I go through these ones, and I can't wait to actually fill up a binder full of them. Thanks for watching, and hope you'll see you all next time.